Yo, what up, what up? It's your man, Big Brandon Carter. I am here in Orlando. This is one of the houses we rent in Orlando. When I'm out here on business, I just opened a second office here in Orlando. And so I'm still looking for a place to buy. So right now I'm just renting. Well, I'm here in Orlando because we just opened the office here. You know, my main office is in New York. You know, we got the penthouse office in New York, but this is the Orlando spot for now, at least. You know, we're just renting it for now. But listen, I know a lot of you guys want to be successful. I know a lot of you guys want to make a lot more money. You want to improve your relationships, you know, so especially, you know, with women in your dating life. You know, I know a lot of you guys want to travel, you know, or want the freedom to do what you want when you want. So let me ask you a question. Why hasn't it happened yet? Why don't you have these things that you long for? Well, I'm going to tell you how you can get all that and more in this video. So make sure you watch it all the way to the end because I'm going to break the whole shit down. Okay? Now, this is important. This is important. There's one key that you have to master to get all these things you want. The money, the lifestyle, the freedom, the relationships. You got to master this one thing. And once you do, all the doors will swing open for you. This is what's holding you back. So pay attention. Now, to explain this, I have to tell you my story, a little bit of my story. Like right now, you guys see me traveling all over the world, you know, staying in luxurious places, tons of beautiful girls around. You see us making a lot of money, just living the lifestyle that most people dream of. But it wasn't always like that. You see, not long ago, I was actually sleeping in my car, right? Because I didn't have a place. I didn't do it for long. It wasn't like years, but it was the time where I had to sleep in my car and I had no money. If I wanted to take the train, I had to search around for coins. Sometimes I would look on the floor as I was walking and hoping I find quarters so I can take the train to Manhattan from Queens and go on a job interview or try to get a job. You know, it was awful. You know, my phone was always getting cut off. This thing was awful. And I went from that to the life you see now. And I'm gonna show you how I do it and how you can do the same, all right? All my life, I wanted to be successful. I wanted to live this kind of lifestyle. I wanted to have this kind of freedom, this money, this success, the relationship, women, things of that nature. So I thought that music was the surest path to me accomplishing that, right? I thought that music was the way for me to do it. So when I was young, I started playing guitar, keyboard, drums, and rapping. All right, I thought that was the way out. You know, when you're from the hood, like I'm from Southside Chicago, I came from nothing, and people pretty much believe that the only ways to be successful is, you know, rapping or, you know, play football or basketball, right? So I chose rapping, and I got actually really good at those things. You know, what I thought was good enough to get signed to Sony Records. I got signed to Sony Records right after college. And that just came from hard work, dedication, and getting good at my craft. Spending a lot of time getting good. And right after college, I got signed to Sony Records. It was a dream come true. Imagine the thing you worked your whole life for, you finally accomplished it. Imagine. Now check this out. A few months after I signed, Sony merged with another record label called BMG. Now it's Sony BMG. And I got dropped from the label because a ton of people, when a company's merged, tons of people get fired. And the people who got me my deal, people who were in charge of me got fired, which dropped my deal too. And I was like devastated. It was like starting all over from zero, because it was. And then I was in New York, I couldn't really make ends meet. It was in the middle of the recession, like a big recession, so I couldn't get a regular job, even though I went to college, like nobody was hiring. Like, you know, I mean, I was able to work like menial jobs. I worked for moving companies. I worked at restaurants. You know, I passed hors d'oeuvres at parties. You know, like, you know, low status jobs. You know what I'm saying? Manual labor. And then things actually started to get worse at that point. You know, my father killed himself. He shot himself in the head. And then I actually had to take care of the family at this point, but I didn't have any money. And I told you there was a point where I was even sleeping in my car. I didn't have money to ride the train. I was like, damn, I'm going to have to improve a lot to take care of the family and accomplish my goals, right? To get to the places I want to be in life. It's gonna take I'm gonna have to become a different person. It's gonna take a different kind of man, not the man I am now. So I started trying a bunch of different things. I got signed as a fitness model because I had been working on my fitness for my whole life. I got signed as a fitness model, but that didn't give me the freedom I wanted, right? I started making some money, but it didn't give me the freedom I wanted because I had to do what the agents told me to do. Like if they told me, hey, endorse this product, take pictures for this fitness product, and whether I believed in it or not, that wasn't the job. Or wear this silly clothes, or wear these fruity looking clothes, right? And take pictures of it, and we'll give you money. It's like I felt like a whore, right? It's very low status. I didn't feel good about myself, and I still wasn't accomplishing my goals. Still wasn't enough. Then I thought, you know what? If I want the freedom to do what I want to do and make the money I want to make, me start my own business. And that's when I started to have some success. But it still wasn't enough, That's kind of when I realized that it wasn't all my fault. It wasn't all my fault. You gotta understand that we've been lied to. They told us that going to college was enough. They told us that getting good at your craft was enough. But I got dropped from Sony and I thought I was good. How many whack rappers do you hear on the radio? Right? How many whack musicians do you hear on the radio? But if you go to any church in America, you'll see some of the most amazing musicians and singers that you've ever heard, but you'll never hear from them again. They'll never be on the radio, even though they're great at it. You can walk up the streets in New York, London, any major city, and you'll see people playing on the streets who are amazing, but they're begging for change. See, being good sometimes isn't enough. And that's kind of what I realized, when I started my own business. Being good wasn't enough. I already knew I had the best products, or I already knew I was an elite at helping people accomplish their fitness goals, but that wasn't enough to make money. That wasn't enough to make the kind of money I wanted. And that's when I realized what I needed to do was increase my status. Because here's what increasing your status does. When you increase your status, then people start to trust you. It's called social proof. It's the reason when you buy something, you ever buy something, but before you buy it, like on Amazon, you read the reviews, right? That reviews is social proof. That increases that book's or that product's status. When I learned how to leverage status, I was able to persuade people to buy my stuff, right? Now, you still have to be good. You still have to be good, because just if you get people to buy your stuff and it's bad, well then you'll just show more people how bad you are, right? So I'm assuming that you're already good at something, or you have the potential to be. But that's not enough. You have to increase your status to get people to take the chance on you. You gotta remember, when someone exchanges their money for whatever you have, that it's like they're taking a gamble that you'll be able to help them, right? And you have to make them feel comfortable with that gamble. You know what I'm saying? You have to make it feel like it's not a gamble, they have to feel safe. And if you have enough status, they'll feel safe. You have to increase your status to increase your success. If a girl's gonna give you her phone number, or go out on a date with you, have sex with you, right? She has to feel like she's starting taking a gamble, kind of, right? Because she doesn't know how that's gonna turn out for her, right? Are you wasting her time? Are you a weirdo? Are you gonna make her cry? She's taking a gamble. But if you have enough status, then she won't have those same fears. In fact, if the status is high enough, then she'll be chasing you. And that's the experience I've had once I learned to increase my status. If your status is high enough in business, then people will beg for you to give them their products. They'll beg to give you their money. Like, I have people who ask me for personal training every day, and I don't even do it no more. We got more clients than we can even take on, right? And it's because we learn how to increase our status. That's what you have to do. Now, I don't want you to use it like this, but you can not be good and increase your status. Why do you think whack rappers or whack musicians or whack artists still, become successful? It's because they have enough status. They're getting stuff on. They're getting the radio play. They're in magazines. It's almost like personal marketing, right? When your status is big enough, it kind of makes up for a lot of your flaws. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes someone with higher status will beat the person who's better. And even I'm beating the people who are maybe better than me. You can go to any gym and you can find people who are in better shape than me, but they're not as successful as me because they don't have the status. You understand what I'm saying? I know you've seen hot girls with ugly or average looking guys. Why is that? It's the status. And status is not just money. It's not just fame or success. But status will get you the money, fame, and success, right? Why it takes a lot for someone to hit subscribe on YouTube or to follow someone on Instagram or to follow someone on Facebook, right? Because now you're gonna clog up their feed. They have to feel like you're going to help them, and status convinces them of that. So once I learned about this, my business blew up. Now I went from sleeping in my car to now we have 10 employees, customers all around the world. We made, it was a multi-million-dollar business, 2 offices. Man, you see the videos, man, there's girls everywhere. Yeah, I hang out with high-level people who've become my friends. And in fact, one of them has written a new book on this subject. It's called Higher Status. My boy Jason Capital, one of the #1 success coaches in the world. He wrote a book called Higher Status. And it's all about what we're talking about, how to increase your status so you can have more success, more money, more women, or whatever it is you want, whatever success means to you. Higher status is the key.
Yo, what up? It's man, Brandon Carter. I'm here with my man, Jason Capital. Just spoke at his event, and we just did a live Q&A together. I want to talk to y'all about his new book, Higher Status. Tell us a little about the book.
Yeah, so it's a book. It's got pages, about 300 of them actually. And Brandon was just telling me he read it the other day. It's a quick read. Real quick. He said it was excellent. So what I can tell you is this in like 20 seconds. Higher status to me is the key to getting everything you want out of life. People tell you you need personal development, you need affirmations, you need beliefs. You got to see Tony Robbins. I'm here to tell you you don't need 90 days. You don't need, honestly, high status is great to me because it's instant, right? It's body language, it's personality, it's eye contact. It's changing you on a behavioral level. So we're going to transform you into the exact badass that you want to be. And we can do it in just a couple days. It doesn't take a lot of time.
That's in a few days.
Right. I can, like, for instance, if you had poor body language right now, which you don't, he's got very high status body language. But if you had it, I could just change your body language, stand up, turn the strength over here, point you up, like ground yourself on your feet, put it back a little bit. And then when you turn up the seat, already just like it's body language, right? And that's simple. But for instance, if I want to do more, I'll just teach you one thing. So high status people are obsessed with their mission. Right, they're laser-like focused, like we were talking about, and they're ambitious and they're on their path. And because of that, people see them and they look at that guy and they're like, "Man, that's going places." It's like, I want to attach my rocket to his because he's going up at a faster rate than I am. And when you become that guy, everyone wants to follow you. Everyone wants to be with you. People send you invites. We were talking before. People just like hand me money and food. It's weird how things happen and how doors open for high status people and don't for low status. And like one thing, I'll just give a little nugget on.
Yeah, no, please, that'd be great.
Well, high status people, this is painful, this is super detailed, right? But high status people, because they're so focused on what they're doing. Let's say that someone's over here and they call my name. Yeah. A low status person would be like, my mission is not important, what I'm working on is not important. What? They give their attention away. You're giving up everything you have right away. Full body language, that turn. High status people. You imagine Tony Stark, right? Back. And he's working here and he's focused, and someone says, "Hey, Tony! Is he gonna go and look right away?" Because he's high value. So when he's ready to turn, he will take a few seconds. And when he does, you're not going to get the whole body language. It'll look like this. There's like a slow head turn, what we call it. And it's something so simple. But that person waiting for Tony, their perception of Tony, if he gave him everything, they're like, never mind, fucking lose it, right? Yeah. But if they earn his attention, he gave it up slowly, all of a sudden, they feel like, oh shit, I gotta take advantage of this. I got him. He's gonna go back to it in a second. I don't want to. So it's little things like that. There's 12 honest signals for higher status. We call about it. We released it about 6 weeks ago. Yeah. And we can't keep enough copies in stores, which I'm grateful for. Nice. Roy Jones Jr., right after we released it, gave an amazing testimony. He's my favorite boxer. Which is badass. He's amazing. Elliot Holt's talking about the book. Signed Dr. David Buss. Brilliant guy. All right around the book, so I'm just super grateful for that. I'm grateful for you here, man.
Yeah, man, no problem, man.
This is our first time meeting, actually.
No, but it's cool, man. We've known each other and we talk on the internet, social, and we have a lot of mutual friends. So it's cool to meet you in person. And after reading the book, man, what I want to do is, I like it so much, man. I'm gonna offer my fans free bonuses. If you get the book, link below. If you get it before it runs out, right? If you get it, the link below, I'll send some free bonuses. I'll show you what you'll see on the page what bonuses there are, but exclusively just for those who get the book. To send us the receipt, and then we'll send you the free bonuses. I'm gonna do that. I don't know. I like the message, and I think we need more guys to get this message. And the book's free too, so why not?
I'm curious if you don't mind. So before you read the book and you don't like, you're not versed in it, right?
Yeah.
And you hear that someone is high status. What does that mean to you?
I mean, you might think like he's rich or he's famous or something like that. That's something I would think.
Okay. Like he's Clooney, he's Pitt,
Yeah, exactly. He's like a star.
He's Denzel, he's a star, right? So the thing is, you don't need cars, you don't need money, you don't need any of that shit to be high status. All you need is to model their behaviors. You speak like them. We break it down real simple. You go, if you look successful, you act successful, and you sound successful, the 3 keys, then you are successful, and people treat you that way. So it's kind of a back door to getting treated in life like a Clooney, a Pitt, a Denzel, anything like that.
I used to that. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, like I studied some like NLP when I was younger, and there was 3 people on model, and then it was Michael Jordan, James Bond. James Bond. So I said it.
Which one?
Man, I like the last one, the latest one. Daniel Craig, and Jay-Z. Like those are like my Jay-Z especially. And those are people on model. So I understand. Like I was like, how would Jay-Z? I think this. What would Jay do? Like I think that's my guys have heard me say that. What Jay-Z and and like, but this when you behave like that, when you move like that, you're right, man. People kind of listen to move out the way or trying to help that.
That's exactly right. Like I had a guy, and I can share this story with your audience. If like sometimes I've been on shows with audiences like middle-aged women and I can't say some of this stuff.
Oh, no,
I can share it. I don't think you real here. Yeah. So we had a guy, a customer of mine, who bought 2 copies of the book, one for himself and one for his buddy who didn't know anything about this stuff. And his buddy was struggling with women. He'd come off a breakup. You know, he's got that like that kind of post-breakup depression or whatever. He reads the book in a day. He goes out that night and he has his first threesome. That night. And it was in New Mexico, so I don't know necessarily what kind of talent they got out there. No offense to Mexico.
Yeah, man. I mean, fucking New Mexico.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But they're throwing it down there.
Hey, listen, like you, it might have been. The cameraman's from New Mexico. That's all.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious. That's awesome.
New Mexico, man.
It was him.
It was the cameraman. It was Johnny.
Yeah. But it's like when you start acting like that guy, people treat you like that guy, and it doesn't need to take 100 days. I'm here to tell you, you can do it in a day.
In a day. You just got to build that to start doing it, but then you just keep doing it and build that.
But
I mean, it's little shit. Like it was a long ass line. I was running late for my flight here, and when you the outside check-in, when you check your bag outside, long ass line for it, and I was like, fuck. I just kind of just went to the guy. And it wasn't what I said. I think it was just how I said it, man.
Status,
man. And I wasn't like a dick about it. I was just like, man. He was like, all right. And I cut all these people in line. It's like just little shit like that. And this book teaches you how to do it. A lot of stuff it took me years to learn it, like trying to model those 3 guys. Right. But you show people how to do it like now, and it won't take them a decade to learn it. Like it took me.
Exactly. You can take the 10 years Brandon put into it to get to that level and get there in a day.
Yeah, man.
Which sounds better to me. I'm not here to decide for anyone.
Hey, man.
I'm just here to invite people to get a free book.
And it's free. So just all you gotta do is pay the shipping.
Exactly. So yeah, $7.95 shipping and handling, but the book is free. You could go on Amazon. It's $20 on Amazon, but free or $20.
Get a book from the link below. Send us your receipt. Me and my team will send you a bunch of free bonuses. You'll see them below this page.
And I didn't tell you this, but if it's cool with you, is it cool about throwing another bonus?
I'm down with it.
So let's do this. Let's set a time. Maybe we'll put a timer below here.
Yep.
All right. And everyone who gets the copy of the book, we'll put them on a list. And if they buy before the timer hits 0, we're gonna do like a live Zoom Q&A group coaching call, something like that. So that they can ask us questions and we can work on your status personally, your fitness, whatever it is.
I'd really like that, man.
And then we can hang out too.
Yeah, that'd be cool. All right, guys. So you already. If you're watching this, that means it's still available. Get it now, man. Don't fuck this up.
His book is free. You can get Jason's book for free. Just click the link below and you can get all the things, man, that we've been talking about. All the things you ever wanted. If you have enough status, you can get whatever you want. you can get whatever you want, man. I walked past one of the hottest clubs in America, in New York, and I was just walking by, and the bouncer was like, yo, that's Brandon Carter, you know, what's up, man? And they invited me and my boys in, and, you know, in front of the whole line. That's the kind of stuff that high status gets you. You know what I'm saying? If I open up my DMs, it's filled with chicks saying what up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they coming at me. I'm not like even coming at them. When your status is high, the things you want come to you instead of you always chasing. So you can get Jason's book for free and learn how to get all these things in your life. And if you get the book for free, all you gotta do is pay shipping. If you send me your receipt for shipping, I will give you a free copy of my book, The Six System, which is a dating book all about how to, get the ladies, man. Get the ladies. You know, I don't sell this book. I only give it out certain times a year, and only going to be giving this out for a short period of time, right? So this deal will only last for a short period of time, and Jason won't be giving this book away for forever too. So get it now. Don't miss out on this. And I hope this was helpful for you. And yeah, man, increase your status, increase your life. All right, peace.